Alright, moving to the back where most of the gravel dust has accumulated on the vehicle, and unfortunately with a vehicle like this that drives on gravel roads a fair bit, I know the crevices are going to be full of dust, so it's important to hit them at different angles and keep spraying until the water comes out clear, because if you don't, you'll just end up seeing dusty drip marks later on. I'm moving to the wheels on this Jeep, and I can see that the inside barrel of the rim is pretty full of caked on dust, so I'll definitely need to take my time and get in nice and close with the wand to get it all sprayed out. Now moving to all the dead bugs on the windshield and the front bumper and grille, and luckily for me these were pretty fresh and were coming off fairly easy with the pressure washer, but I'm sure it won't be long and I'll see a vehicle with really baked on bug guts. So for those, I'll typically spray off what I can with the pressure washer, and then I'll use a bug remover to help dissolve them a little bit before moving to the wash process. Now to finish cleaning these dirty wheels and tires, I'll use some wheel and tire cleaner, and after letting it sit for a minute, I'll hit the tires with a stiff bristled brush, and then for the rim face, barrels, and lug nuts, I'll use a variety of soft brushes to get any remaining dirt or brake dust removed. Alright, moving to the interior now, and I'm starting by removing all of the customer's personal items and garbage they left in here. And if you've seen some of my older videos, you'd know I found some pretty strange and funny things in vehicles before, and this one was no different, as the bottom of the center console was covered in Tums. You guys saw the powder left over in the opening shots, but there was basically half a bottle of loose ones that I had to clean up first. Now as I work my way around the vehicle, I'll typically work back to front, and getting to these dirty seats, it's really important to stretch out the seams as much as possible to get at the dirt and debris that's trapped in them, but some of it is pretty grimy and stuck in there, so I'll worry about getting it out later when I focus on the leather. Alright, so despite these floor mats not being super dirty because the rubber ones on top protected them, there were still a few spots that did need extracting, so rather than completely soaking them with the pressure washer for no good reason, I'm opting to use the Bissell this time. And for those of you out there who might be wondering what my process is when I'm extracting, it's very simple, and then I basically make passes spraying down water until I can see the water coming through clear, and then I switch to just extracting to get things dry. Although for any stubborn stains or heavily soiled areas, I'll add more solution and repeat the whole process, but otherwise I just extract until the carpet is actually clean, however long that may take. Here's all the dirty water sucked out of this Jeep. Gross. Now with the center console being a bit too far gone for just an APC wipe down, I'm using the steamer, APC, and a detail brush to do the job. And for those of you who might be new to the channel and are wondering which steamer I'm using, it's a McCulloch MC1375, and it will basically make super quick work of any kind of crud or grime. So if any of you are in the market for one, the link to the McCulloch steamer that I use is in the description for you, along with nearly every other product and tool that I use, so feel free to check it out if you're interested. Turning back to the dirty leather and getting some leather cleaner sprayed on, I'll then use my soft horsehair brush to agitate and really get into all the seams, especially on the seat bottoms where they're full of crud, and then I'll simply wipe them down with a microfiber towel, and once I've gone around the entire vehicle, I'll apply a leather conditioner to keep them looking soft and supple. Now moving to all the interior trim, and using a microfiber applicator pad, I'll apply some 303 aerospace protectant to dress and UV protect all the plastics in here. And if it looks shiny when it's applied, that's because it's wet and there's light reflecting off of it. But when it dries, the sheen goes away and it leaves a nice matte finish behind that looks incredible.